Dunn. Good morning. Are you familiar with the gentleman that is seated here with the white turtleneck? Yes. Can you tell us how you are familiar with him? At the time I first met him, I was managing an apartment building at 5715 Harold Way, and it's March of '94, right after the earthquake, and him and his wife were applying for an apartment at that address, Section 8, and that was apartment 309. And do you recall the approximate date in March when Mr. Vasquez and his wife moved in? No, just March of '94. Pardon me, yeah, '94. Did they move in with any children? Yes, they had a couple of girls, and she was at the time pregnant. Sir, could you move the microphone closer to your mouth? Better? Yes. Mr. Dunn, how long have you been the manager at 5715 Harold Way? Since April of '88 until 6 months ago. You are no longer the manager? No, I was maintenance. I went from manager to maintenance up until a week ago. Now, after Mr. Vasquez and his family moved in, did you have occasion to see him at the residence? I saw him in the building about 4 times a week on the average. Do you know what is the last time you saw him? It's been a while since I've seen him. Okay, the 4 times a week approximately that you saw him. Do you recall the times of day that you saw him? No, different times of the day. I'd maybe see him going to his apartment, maybe see him come from the apartment, maybe see him going up the elevator, down the elevator, might see him in the garage at different times. And did he have a parking space that was allotted to him in the garage? It's an underground subterranean garage, and his parking space was all the way back to the right. Do you recall if he had a car at the time that he lived there? Yes. I don't remember what the car was when he first moved, but then later he got a van, which is still there. Pardon me? Which is still there, the van. The car. No, the van. Yes. Is the van parked in the subterranean garage or some other location? It's the same place he always parked. It's his assigned parking space. Did you ever have occasion to observe him down in the underground garage working on his car? Once in a while I would see him working on his car down there. Have you ever had the opportunity to observe him in the presence of his children? Yes, his little girls. They're very devoted to him. Did you observe any treatment that you considered to be abusive towards his children? No. Quite the contrary. He always seemed very protective towards them. Now, how would you describe your relationship, Mr. Dunn, with him? No, it was, at the time I was manager, it was manager-tenant type thing, friendly. Tried to talk. He speaks Spanish, I speak English, so not too much communication. So, manager, tenants. And did you and he socialize or anything like that? We'd say hello when we passed, but as far as visiting with each other, no. Are you familiar with a person by the name of Tony Diaz? Yes, he lived in apartment 212. And did you have occasion to see Tony Diaz in and about the apartment complex while he lived there? Yes. Thank you. I have nothing further. Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Mr. Dunn. Good morning. Now, you mentioned you were apartment manager from 1988 till not too long ago, right, at Harold Way. Then you moved on to maintenance. Did you personally ask to be transferred to maintenance? No. That is not something you wanted to be transferred to. Well, I object. It ended up something I wanted to do, but it's not something I originated. Excuse me, sustained. And did you retire from that position? Say again. From the maintenance position. Did you retire from that position, sir? Well, I had planned on it, but no, again. What does this have to do with this? The judge will determine that, sir. Did you retire from maintenance? Your Honor, I'm going to object. Relevance, sustained. Now, you mentioned that you saw Mr. Vasquez, the man over there, working on a car? Yes. Was that the Dodge van you referred to earlier? Well, he had, I don't remember what car he had before the van. He had another car before that, and he worked on that one.